Hey YouTube, it's Nocturne. I've had a really bad day. Like, really bad. Like, the worst I've had in a long time. It shouldn't have been bad, but I guess it's bound to happen to someone like me. You know, I woke up this morning and I went to Best Buy. I wanted to get the new Thoracic Mass album that just came out today. It's called Suprasternal Notch, and I really love the way they combine the sounds of metal, death metal, and opera, along with folk elements that I can relate to, being a musician. So I went to Best Buy and I saw if they had it or not, and they didn't. They didn't have it, and I asked the employee about it, and they're like, Thoracic Mass? I've never heard of Thoracic Mass. Of course you haven't, you plebes. You wouldn't have heard of them. They never understand that they'd rather buy, Supertramp, like Clarkson. Please, that's rubbish. Filth. For the lowest common denominator. I wanted art and they failed me. So that was the first letdown of the day. Then after that, I went over to look at the video games. I was seeing if I could pick up a new GameCube for cheap because my sister's stupid boyfriend, after he got frustrated on F-Zero, he dragged it behind his truck. So I'm out of the GameCube right now, which pisses me off. So what I did was I checked out the video games, and they had Rock Band set up, and like these stupid kids playing the little plastic instruments, you know, do, I'm so good, and they're like, I'm having so much fun. So I went over to them and I was like, guess what? I play a real instrument. I'm a musician. What can you say? And he's like, shut up, you stupid looking, you faggot. And I'm like, no. That was uncalled for. They don't know what it's like. Okay? They don't know what it's like to be a tormented artist. Instead, they'd rather enjoy their capitalistic little plastic instruments. Just like everyone else. Just like everyone else. So that was bad enough. So I went home grumbling. I'm out of GameCubes. Of all the things. So I'm walking home, and I live up north. I live in Minnesota, so there's a lot of snow out, and it's starting to kind of melt these days. And I saw a child snowman melting in the sun, and it broke my heart. It was so striking. I just began to openly weep right there. It was so sad. It was so metaphorical for what we all go through every day of our lives, of this menial existence. What's the point? We're just going to melt eventually. It's so sad. It's so meaningless. It just made me realize how little anything we do matters. We're so insignificant. All we are is a pile of water crystals that will slowly turn into a puddle because of the heat of society. It's like retards throwing ice cubes at the sun. It's worthless. It's pointless. Everything we do, we try so hard and get so far, but in the end, it never really matters. So I'm crying over this poor melted snowman, and I hear these calls behind me saying, hey faggot! Hey fagmo! Faggy McFag! And I turn around and it's these frickin' preps from my school. Devin Kentley, the total tool bag with his popped collar, and you know his Abercrombie and Fitch bag, and like he just makes me so mad. He represents everything I hate, and he's like, hey fag, why are you crying over a pile of snow? What's so sad about that? You lose your fag pills or something? And that didn't even make any sense. He just, out of nowhere, just starts taunting me. And all I could say was, So? I wish I thought of a good comeback at the time, but Devin Kentley, if you're watching this, I'm definitely gonna get my revenge on you, okay? I'm a vindicative person, you might say, and I'm going to take you out and make you hurt the way I hurt every day, Devin Kentley. I hate him. I hate everything about him. Everything. So then I walk home and I'm bundled up or whatever, so it's not that bad, but tears still rolling down my face, some of them frozen in the Minnesota coldness. And I get to my house and I'm locked out. I'm locked out of my house. My friggin' sister locked me out of my house. She was at school and she locked my house. So I waited for like 10 minutes till my mom came home from work and she let me back in. I was like, thanks, Mom. I'm cold, I'm crying, wet, frozen. She's like, what's the matter, hon? I'm like, nothing is ever wrong. You would never understand even if there was. Thank you very much. I went upstairs and I at this point I was just having the worst day. I mean, as if it's not bad enough. So I log on to my computer and I check my email, go on my MySpace, and guess what? My internet girlfriend broke up with me. Gosselin Shadowstar and we've been kind of online dating for the past month or so, and she sent me an email this morning when I got back, and it was like, I'm so sorry, Nocturne, but I think I'm a lesbian. I turned her gay. And now I'm alone, completely alone. Gosselin was everything to me. Everything to me. And without her, there's this Gosselin-shaped hole in my heart. But guess what? I'm moving on. I'm better off alone. I don't need her. All she did was weigh me down. And I'm just gonna go out there and find a new girlfriend. One in the real life. Okay, I could do well. I'm an attractive young man, a sensitive artist, and I'm going to find someone who appreciates that. So fuck you, Gosselin. It's been the worst day ever. The worst day. And to make matters worse, we have people like Marky fucking Higgins calling me out in the middle of her vlogs, and that's completely uncalled for. At least my boyfriend's not a retard.